Hi everyone, it's Gunny here. I just want to give you a little update on what's been going on with the SNK news. Now, the Neogeo Mini, it's not exactly Neogeo Mini 2, but the Neogeo Stick, we've had an update today. I just want to share it with you all and then maybe look at some fan art or something. It's a really quick show today, don't worry. Right, so as you know, the Neogeo Stick was announced and we were like, oh, cool, okay, awesome. Some people were like, well, does it have Sanwa parts, or does it work on the PS4, or is it going to work with the Neogeo Mini? Yeah, so I've got my Neogeo Mini just the other week, and I've been trying it out, and it works. Yes, it's a very nice little machine, but to get a real handle on a fighting game, in my opinion. In my experience, you need a full-size stick. A Neogeo Stick would have been lovely, but of course the Neogeo Mini doesn't accept PS4 or PC or any other sticks. You have to have a very specific controller, and this is it. This is the one that works on the Neogeo Mini. A lot of us speculated that this would happen, and this is exactly what happens. Only the Neogeo controllers, which is the same as the Neogeo CD controllers, again, I can't use these for fighters. You're absolutely out of your mind. The stick on the Neogeo Mini is okay, but it's still very analog. It doesn't have a 4-square gate or anything. It's completely like an analog stick. It just goes completely around and around. So I can't feel any corners. You can do moves. It's fine. It works. It's stuff. But I kind of my thumb's just going to slip off it because I'm a big lug. But whatever. Now they've announced that the Neogeo Stick, yes, indeed, does work with the Neogeo Mini. It also works with PC, but that is as far as we know. So, looking at that, it doesn't work with PS4, doesn't work with Xbox, doesn't work with anything else. It's only going to work on the PC and on the Neogeo Mini, which makes me wonder that one of the ways to perhaps cut costs is, of course, to not buy the Sony license or the Xbox license, and therefore you have a cheaper controller. On the other hand, it can be a way of you could look at it as in a way of locking down your market and saying, okay, this is exclusive, this is the only way, and that forces people to buy sticks like this to play on their Neogeo Mini. Now, of course, Brook has converters for that to circumvent this, but it's a way to keep your customers locked in, a bit like Apple, if you know what I mean. So it's an interesting business model, but at the same time it's really annoying for the consumer. Obviously I would like to plug in my favorite stick into the Neogeo Mini and get going, but I can't do that. I have to get this stick or a converter, which is pretty expensive as well. So okay, the stick looks nice. Okay. Shout out to Vicio. We were talking about these two little buttons between the stick and the actual buttons, which represent, of course, the old Neogeo CD start and select. These are not buttons. These are actually LED lights. So that's good. That's a good decision choice there. I'm not going to be mashing on that by accident. That's good. Then we had the revelation that, in fact, the Neogeo arcade stick is not just an arcade stick. It's actually a Neogeo Mini as well. So, if you have a Neogeo Mini and you were upset that you couldn't use a stick on it, well, you didn't need to buy one in the first place. Okay, yes, it's all getting a bit confusing, but the Neo Geo actually has a Neo Geo emulator or what have you inside it, so you don't need a Neo Geo Mini at all. You could just plug the stick into your TV or monitor and start bashing away immediately. And then if you have another controller, you can or another stick, you can just plug it in, and that works as well. What? That is what? Okay, fine. That's great. Good. So, well, I mean, it's like a bonus, isn't it? Depending on the price. Depending on the price. It's like, okay, I got my Neogeo Mini. I don't actually need it. I can just plug in the stick. So, okay, fine. Good. Wonderful. Yeah. Now, speaking of the HDMI out, that's another burning question which we all want to see the answer to. I plugged in my HDMI cable. I plugged in the Neogeo Mini into the TV, and I thought, this is a bit blurry. So it's a little bit blurry, and I thought, okay, hold on, because the default settings are in fact to put it to widescreen, and that of course will stretch it out, and you know, it's not going to look as it used to on on the original ratio. So I switched it back to arcade dimensions, and in fact it looks better, but it's still a little bit blurry, just a little bit blurry. And then you have the screen improvement mode, image optimization, I think they call it. And then you turn it on and it becomes an interesting filter, trying to make it more, I don't know, anime-like. And yeah, that's nice, but it's not quite really what I wanted. So I thought, okay, let's find out. Let's compare this with some other stuff. And I turned on the .mu Humble Bundle emulator, and it's about the same. It's about the same. And I thought, okay, so what are people complaining about? I don't see any difference. It's just not really. It's like you plugging your Neo Geo, your original Neo Geo hardware, into your TV, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to be stretched, it's going to be blurry, and there, because the resolution is too small. But then I turned on my PS4, and oh my days, the difference is clear. Yes, the PS4 version is fantastic. It's clear as day. It's like the arcade, but just blown up amazingly well on your TV. So I don't know what the problem is, but yes, the Neogeo Mini is not the greatest picture in the world. It's fine, but it's not the greatest picture in the world compared to the PlayStation 4. Woof, right? So is this, the Neogeo Stick, going to have a better picture? That's a very good, for those of you who haven't made a purchase yet, this is going to be a deal breaker. At the same time, you know, this is another conversation, because you have the Neogeo Mini, which has a screen, it has a controller, so you're going to be playing on that. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a battery, so you have to plug something into a wall, so it's not that portable. But so then you put it on your desk, and you're like, okay, I have a Neogeo Mini on my desk, and what else is on my desk? Oh, wait, there's a PC and a PS4 or an Xbox. Choices. Yeah, it's yeah. Not sure about the choices here, really, to be honest. It's like, okay, we're the Neo Geo X. Oh, I shouldn't speak about that. Not the greatest package either. But it was handheld and had a widescreen. I'm not sure why. And again, the Neo Geo CD controller. I'm like, why doesn't anyone have a D-pad? I know it's a homage to the old Neo Geo pads, but you can't play fighters on that. For shooters and Metal Slug, yeah, it's great, wonderful. But for fighters, and don't tell me the Neo Geo is not known for fighters. It's the majority of games are fighters, right? You can't do that, all right? Fine. The old people can't do that, because I know that you kids out there, you can do everything on these analog sticks. You can do everything. That's fine. But you know what? You kids aren't interested in the Neo Geo. That's the thing. The old school are the ones who like bought all the sticks and bought all the things, doing this with their hands. I'm generalizing, of course. Some of you know how to do it stuff. But I want a D-pad. I want a pad that I can precisely do stuff. And the Neo Geo CD pad, no. No thank you. I want a stick. So you're stuck with the conundrum. Neo Geo Mini X, no. Neo Geo Mini, for a fire, no, not really, no. And then you've got the Neo Geo Arcade Stick. This could be their last choice. But then you're like, portability? What portability? I've got a stick. I need a TV. Okay, well, all right, fine. So if you want a Neo Geo experience, okay, this looks like it's going to be it. But for a portable experience with a nice D-pad, doesn't exist. Unless you want to go through other channels, which are not legitimate. So it's not the legitimate experience, not the official experience. So we're still, as the customers, we are still stuck in a rut. We're stuck in a ditch with no actual official way to play Neo Geo titles well on the go. We can't do it. It doesn't exist, which is a shame, I think. And I can imagine that being in a decision office, like going, okay, guys, what are we going to do? We want to make a Neo Geo thing, a retro thing that's going to sell to everyone, and it's going to have a massive, wide appeal, and it's going to satisfy all the customers with all their wishes. And it's like, well, you go for Neo Geo Mini, you go for controllers, stick controllers, octagonal, no analog controller, 4-gate, square gate. And to be honest, I don't think they had the right consultants. But I'm not in marketing. You're not in marketing, probably. And so who knows if this stuff is selling. I mean, it is selling. I mean, the Neo Geo is selling, and the Neo Geo Mini is selling. It just is selling. All right, take it from me. It is selling. The problem is, the people who bought it, were they satisfied? Because again, if you have a shooter, and I can tell you, right? I mean, you just look at this, right? And right, you look at this, right? And you stick anything on this screen, it's perfect. This small screen, perfect. Everything looks wonderful, and this is not a widescreen. So I don't know why people are trying to, make handhelds with widescreen for this. This is not a widescreen console. So this, and I was playing Blazing Star on this. Amazing, right? This, amazing. It's a shame it doesn't have a battery. But if you want, kind of portable kind of experience, it's great. But for a fighter, this with no 4-gate or even optical gate, it's just, it's my thumb just does that. I'm just like, okay, I'm crap, whatever. But it's about trying to make everybody happy, and I don't think this is going to make everybody happy. But at the end of the day, it's a nice it's a nice thing to have on the shelf. It's lovely. It's very nice, and I've got the Ukiyo Tachibana edition. Very nice, right? But back to the finishing off this, right? So as I said, so far we don't have a handheld kind of experience situation where we can enjoy Neo Geo titles, right? This one, okay, maybe you're going to have a great experience for Neo Geo titles at home or tournaments or something, but the compatibility thing it's just a mess. It's just pigeonholing people. But okay, fine. Frankly, if you don't have a PS4, right, here is your Neo Geo experience. But shout outs to Hamster. Apart from some of the config sections, the PS4 Neo Geo ports are great. They're great stuff. So just a little look at the layout of the machine. As you can see, you have the buttons in there, and some people complain that there's too many buttons. Well, you're kind of correct, but at least you can set it up. I think you can config the buttons to how you want. And it's interesting to see that you have the 2x2 layout with the colored buttons. Of course, people are complaining that it should be in a line or a curve or something. But again, remember, it's based on the Neo Geo CD pad. Then you've got, of course, turbo. Okay. Options start and select on the side. You've got a mode to switch it to console or to switch it to controller. And platform switch. I wonder what that does. Maybe it's for PC and Neo Geo Mini mode. Probably, yeah. Power input. Oh ho ho! So yes, there's no battery, of course. Well, then you've got HDMI and a USB port. So you might be plugging in a lot of things here. It could be a lot of wires. But you've got a cable storage box on the side, and of course another controller port on the other side. And you can plug in your headphones as well. So wow, you could even plug in 2 controllers into your stick and then just sit back and do nothing. But all in all, I think a lot of people are going to be spending a lot of money if you want to get the Neo Geo experience, which we'll have to see. This, I think in conclusion, at the moment we're still at an impasse. If you want a Neo Geo experience without having to turn on your PS4 or turn on your PC, this might be the solution. This might be it, right? But again, it's not going to be portable. But hey, You can't exactly take your joystick out on the bus. It's not going to happen, right? The Neogeo Mini is still not a portable device, but it's nice to have on your shelf. And the little screen is great for a quick bash. Oh, it's very, very nice. But it doesn't tick all the boxes, right? So we're going to have to wait and see what this joystick is going to do. So stay tuned to SNK on Twitter, and we'll see what they pump out and with the updates and so forth. And of course, stay tuned to this channel, and I'll give you my news and views, whether you like it or not. As you know, this is old Gunny, and I guess I better plug some stuff before we go. Oh yeah. So we were already there! Or just playtime is over in English. We got some new shirts. Come check out the store before I get fired or sued or just die or something. You know, of course, these are fan shirts, so you know it's kind of not exactly. Anyway, yeah, stay tuned. Give us a like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Tell me what you think. Join me on Twitter. And look out for the next show. I'll see ya. Thanks for watching. Shout out to GVG Kid as well for the soundtrack as usual.